Hey everyone, Andrew here, Melbourne Superman, and it's time for another suit review. So this suit review is a long time coming. This one in particular is from Dream Props. Now obviously I've reviewed Dream Props before, so you can check out those videos. Very, very popular, very awesome suit maker. But those suits, none of which I have reviewed, were actually mine. So I reviewed them for other people, or I reviewed them so that I could help Sebastian sell them. This particular suit was made for me. So I paid for this suit. This suit is a replica of Superman 4, the Superman 4 suit. So I'm going to get into all that. I'm going to do a little bit of a different thing today. So I'm going to talk about the suit. I'm going to go into the close-ups, and then we're going to go into my office, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the details of who and what went into the suit and how it was made. So the Christopher Reeve Superman 4 Dream Props True Replica suit. Here we go. So a bit of a background story behind this suit. So for those of you who don't know, generally what I talk about on my suit reviews is I'll talk about why I got the suit commissioned, my seller experience, the details of the suit, and what exactly obviously I think of it. So the reason that I wanted this suit made was I had always wanted to work with Dream Props. You know, I saw his stuff. I think he makes amazing work. And then obviously when I had started reviewing his suits and looking at them a little bit more closely and what the process is that goes into them when he makes them, I was really intrigued. I chose the Superman 4 version because Superman 4, as disliked as it is, it's one of my favorites, just because of the storyline, what it could have been. And I do love the suit in that particular version, just the way that the colors are and how it really pops. So this suit, you know, I've been working with Sebastian and kind of letting him know what it is that, you know, people that commission suits are looking for and what we expect from people who make us suits, namely a timeline. So the first thing I said to Sebastian was, you know, what's your timeline on this? He gave me a timeline. We'll talk a little bit about that later. But I told him, I said, let's really workshop that and make sure that it is the right timeline, because we want to make sure we're giving people the right information. And he was really open to that, which was great. So that's how the suit came about. Anyway, so getting into the actual suit now, it's basically the Christopher Reeve style suit. It is the classic version of the Superman style. So it's all, you know, stretch lycra. It is all the materials are true to what we see on film. The colors, which we'll get into in a little bit, are really, really true to what we see on film. The casting of the belt, the shape of the collar line, the cape, all of it as accurate as you're going to find. The only thing that I don't have with this suit are the boots. I'll do a full shot of the suit. The boots that are on the mannequin right now are not the boots supplied by Sebastian. They are just a couple of Christopher Reeve boots that I have, but they did not come from Sebastian. So what we were reviewing today is the tunic, the leggings, the belt, and the cape. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get into some close-ups right away. Here we go. Now the cape is actually a character of its own. So this cape is the only cape that I've seen from any maker that he actually puts padding into the collars to give it that lifted look. It's wonderful. It looks amazing on. You can see as I go around that it is raised a little bit because it does have that cushioning in there to give it more of a dimension, more of a 3D dimension. It's much more dynamic. Now there are, you can't really see them, but there are 2 snaps under here and on this side as well, which help to keep the cape in place. And the way that it ties is that there are 2 ties on either side. Those go under the arms and behind the back, and they tie, and there are straps right in here that you can put the ties through so that it even gives you a little bit more security and stability. Now, moving down to the belt. So the belt, and I'll get a close-up of the cape when I turn the mannequin around, but the belt, this is one of the hardest things to do in terms of a Christopher Reeve style suit. So Sebastian has gone above and beyond to check out the actual belt that was used on screen, took casts from it, got the colors precisely right. So you can really see how just Wonderfully perfect it is. Now, the fun thing about everything that comes from Sebastian is they all have tags. I'll link to some pictures, but they all have tags. They say Christopher Reeve walking suit, and they have the sizing, and it's really cool. It's just a nice touch. And then it obviously goes in the back. There are more belt loops that I have not threaded through, but the belt fastens by Velcro in the back as it would have on screen. The briefs, the trunks, they are attached to the top, to the tunic, and the leggings are a separate bit. So let's take a look at the cape. All right, now the cape, obviously the emblem is sewn on. Great detail was taken in terms of coloring to make sure that it is the right color. Now it's a lot more golden in person, which you'll be able to see if I back up just a little bit. And then you can see how the cape is set. So another thing that I've never seen before, so basically Sebastian, I'll talk about somebody named Colin later, that's why it's in my mind, but Sebastian has made sure that the pleats in the cape are held together with, they are sewn together, so they are held together. There are a couple of places in the suit, I'm not going to lie, that could have been, I think, inspected a little bit more greatly. Like this seems a little bit too loose. A couple of the belt loops are a little bit loose already before I had even put it on or taken it out. And I've spoken to Sebastian about that. More on that later. But yeah, so that is the cape. I'll get you a wingspan for you. Okay, so in terms of wingspan, big cape. So there you go. That's half. So it's basically, it's made, and it's got great flow to it. It's just regal the way that it bounces and it flows. It is made like a semicircle, so it is a huge billowing cape, especially if this thing catches the wind, you're going to have some awesome photo opportunities. So that is the close-up, some of the detail of the suit, more on some of the further details in just a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit now about some further details, some further names of people that went into making this suit. So we're going to step into my office. All right, so here we are. So the reason that I wanted to come in here is because I have a list of things from Sebastian that I do want to talk about, and I want to make sure that I didn't forget anything. I really got to get a teleprompter, maybe. Anybody wants to donate one of those, that'd be cool. But yeah, so basically we're going to get into a little bit of the seller experience here and what happened and how the suit was made. I'll save the actual seller experience in terms of how I communicate with Sebastian for after this. But so first off, this suit took a while to get here, even after it was posted, because the post office kind of like lost it for a couple of weeks. Don't know how that happened. But basically I lodged an inquiry with the Australia Post maybe 2 or 3 days after, maybe 4 or 5 days actually after it had landed at the post office that normally is the last post office before my house. And they couldn't find it. They basically called it lost through like 2 or 3 weeks later, and they said they were going to stop looking. And then magically it just like appeared out of nowhere. So that was a really lucky thing. So with this suit, I say that because Sebastian has put a lot of effort into this suit in terms of what it looks like. This is one of his, the truest suits that he has made in terms of colors and everything, and he was devastated that it might have been lost. So the belt buckle, the colors, even the shield, that was traced over an original suit. So the shield on the suit was traced over an original suit. So it's pretty much the most accurate that you're going to get out there. So the dies on the suit, they were really trying to figure that out, and they couldn't quite get it right. Eventually, they did. They had very big help from Mike Sanchez. I've reviewed one of his suits, who was able to donate a little bit to Sebastian to help him do the research necessary to be able to do it. Greg Vasiloff, who was also a big help in Sebastian's quest to find more information to achieve the replica of what it is in terms of the colors and the fabrics and the sizings. Mark Lakin of Supermania 78, I believe now he is Caped Wonder Europe, so that's fun. He was the collector who gave Sebastian the scan of the original buckle. So again, like I said before, the buckle is a really hard thing to replicate if you don't actually have access to it. And so Martin was generous enough to give a scan of the actual buckle. Alexei was somebody who gave the scan of the true colors to Sebastian, which obviously is, again, there's so many Reeve replicas out there, and there's so many different colors of the Reeve suit out there. So unless you have like the exact coloring from the films, yes, they look great, but something's never, it's always missing something. This suit that I have, the blue is a little bit more subtle, and it is a shine. The yellow is very golden, and it's just beautiful. The red is very rich. So Alexei was the person who gave the scan of the true colors so that he could do that. Olga, his tailor. Now, I've spoken to Sebastian about this. I think Olga is great. I've seen what she does. There have been issues with zippers, and now with my suit, the belt loop. I can fix that easily enough, but these are things that need to be, and I've told Sebastian this, they need to be addressed before they get shipped out, because as a consumer, you don't want to be in the position where you pay X amount of money for a suit and then you have to go and fix the belt loops before you even put it on. So that's the only thing. That's the biggest thing that is the problem, and it's not a huge deal. It's just one of those things where you want everything to be perfect, and that happens, and it's like a bummer. He also wanted to thank Juan Carlos Hernandez Bosquet, who gave him a lot of information on the suit as well. And he helped with the zipper and how it actually works, the snaps, and all the details of the original suits as well. And in terms of the dye, that's where I got the name Colin before. Colin McCurdy, he's the person responsible for the oh, my computer just had a stroke, for the dye jobs of the suit. And obviously you can see it just looks absolutely amazing. I'll most likely try to put some more videos of how the suit was made and sourced in this. There are videos of that in my other YouTube videos, so I'm not sure if I will put them in there, but I'll definitely link to those videos in this anyway. So that's a list of people that Sebastian wanted me to talk about, that I wanted to talk about, and in terms of what they gave to the making of this suit. So now we're going to go back out into the geek room, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the seller experience. Just real quick before I get into the seller experience, don't mind the mannequin on the right. I was trying to get the suit onto him, but I killed him. I broke his leg. But this is a bit of a full view of the suit with the boots. Gives you an idea of what it looks like with the boots. Again, those are not Dream Props boots, but it does make a nice full picture. All right, so those of you who have watched my videos know I've worked with Sebastian before in terms of reviewing suits for him, checking out his stuff. I love his stuff. I think it's amazing. He's got big plans to do like return style suits, Cavill style suits. I'm pretty sure he already does George Reeves. He does a great Alex Ross Kingdom Come. Oh no, it's just the Alex Ross. Oh no, yes, he does. He does Kingdom Come as well, but he does the Alex Ross with the oversized S. I have reviewed that. The Kingdom Come, which I would love to get from him. And hopefully I get a chance to review that as well. So, okay. So my seller experience with Sebastian. So like I said, I've communicated with him before. And in terms of this suit, my biggest thing to him was, look, I'm now going to review this suit from you as a customer rather than someone essentially doing you a favor and reviewing your suits. And don't get me wrong, like the honor was mine to review the suits. I got to try them on. That was awesome. I got some great pictures out of a lot of them. So I'm not like just doing him a favor. I don't mean it that way. We're working with each other. But this is now a suit that I am reviewing as a customer. And like I said, the first thing I said to him was, look, you got to give me a realistic timeline, dude. Like, you're going to tell me 4 to 6 weeks. That's what you're going to stick by. Then you got to stick by that, because too many people in this arena who commission suits get told, yeah, I'll do it for 8, 12 weeks, and then get their suits, 6, 12, 18, almost 2 years later. I didn't want that for Sebastian, so I said, look, be honest, let me know, what do you think? He said, all right, look, I don't know. All right, cool. So we'll gauge it. We'll gauge it by how long, I put the order in and how long I get it. Now this suit, I believe it took probably closer to, I'll have something in the somewhere of actually when I commissioned it, but I'm going to say it took about 4 to 6 months for this suit. So that's 16 to 24 weeks, right? So well above the 6 to 8 weeks that he thought. So that's what I would say. If you're ordering a suit from Sebastian, you're probably going to wait anywhere from 3 to 6 months, depending on how busy he is. And that's fine. Like that is pretty standard. I wouldn't expect it to get here any faster than that. I think that that's a really respectable timeline for what he does, for all the things that he's got to coordinate, for all the people that he works with. So it's not just him making the suit. It's him. It's Colin. It's Olga. It's all the people that help him with this stuff. So he's got to coordinate a lot of different things, right? So that was fine. He kept me updated. He kept me updated the entire way. What was going on with the suit? You know, he did at one point say, yes, I can send it sooner, but if you want to wait a little bit longer, I can get you something more accurate because I'm going to have access to this, this, and this. And I was like, fine, let's wait longer. And that's why I say he could probably get the suit within 3 to 6 months rather than 4 to 6 months, because I did say, let's wait, because I wanted to see what he could do. So he did keep me up to date. He sent me pictures. He was really great about it. You know, when I got the suit yesterday, you know, I did tell him, I said, look, the belt loops, that's a problem. That's a big problem. I mean, not a big problem, but it is an issue that should not be happening. And apparently that is something that has happened with his seamstress, Olga, before. So it's not the first time that he's heard about it. So that's 2 strikes that he needs to make sure that that doesn't happen again. I can get it fixed, of course. Point is, I shouldn't have to, especially with the, like, it is an expensive suit, okay? It is not a budget suit. It is not a $300 suit. It is, well, I won't talk about the price, but it is an expensive suit, and I paid a lot of money for it, and so that needs to be addressed for his future suits. And if I'm ever going to look at getting another suit from him, which I will, because I love what he does. I love his passion for the most, like, I just love his passion. I love how excited he is. So I will definitely do another suit with him, but that is something that needs to be addressed now. You know, there are certain things that, like the stitching, that aren't quite perfect, but no suit's ever going to be perfect because they are human. They will make mistakes, but like, strength of belt loops needs to be addressed. But like, the suit looks freaking great on. I don't have any problems with it. Like, I put it on yesterday. It is a suit that you need somebody to help you with because of how the cape is, especially when you put the cape on. If you don't have somebody to feed it through the loops in here, snap at it, tie it, tuck it in, zip it up. Yes, you can do it. Yes, I did it, but it's just not going to sit right. You need somebody who's going to be able to help you with it. You can get it all on by yourself. You can zip it up. You can do it all, but it's going to look better if you have somebody helping you. It is the kind of suit that's going to accentuate good things, but keep in mind that it is a stretch material, so it's going to show what it's going to show in terms of what you've got or what you don't got. So a couple things. A, if you're not happy with your body without a suit on, you're not going to be happy with your body with a suit on. That's the reality of it. Okay? That said, though, you're gonna feel empowered. Like, you're going to feel empowered with the suit on because of the nature of the suit. You have a body, and if you're happy with your body, then you're going to be happy in the suit. If you're not happy with your body, the suit ain't going to fix it. And if you need help with that, I'm here. I'm obviously a personal trainer. I can help you with that. But it is a great thing to do if you're thinking, I want a goal to get into better shape. This is a great goal. I want to look great in a Superman suit. But it is, I mean, it does show things. It accentuates good things. Like, it accentuates everything, but it does accentuate the good things as well. Oh, I was going to say something else. Oh, the other thing, please, please, please. I don't judge. I try not to judge, but if you're Superman, if you're a symbol of hope, if you're a symbol of Superman, wear a dance belt. Wear something in there. We don't need to see the outline of, you know, it's so obvious when you do that, and that's what you're bringing the focus to. It's not great. I've unfollowed quite a few Superman cosplayers because it's borderline pornographic. And look, If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But if that's what you want to do, don't pretend that it's not what you're trying to do. So you need a dance belt with something like this because you can't hide anything. So I'll say that. That's for everybody out there who needs to hear it. If you are one of those people and you like that your outline is there, fine. But own it. But yeah, so that is the seller experience for the Dream Props suit. So overall, fantastic experience. Couple of hiccups along the way. Obviously, there were a couple things that needed to be fixed, but you know, again, I would work with Sebastian again. I love the suit. I think it looks fantastic. I'm very excited to put it on again. I wore it last night for some photos. I'm going to get David Frumholtz, my boy, to photograph it properly, and then we'll see where it goes from there. It really does. The mannequin just, I know I've said this before with Sebastian's suits, but the mannequin just doesn't do it justice. It like looks so good on. I'm going to link some photos of me just in front of the camera with, you know, just basic lighting so you can see how good it looks when it's actually on somebody that it's meant to be on. It was made for me to my measurements. Sebastian and Olga, they do great with that. So, you know, if you get a suit from Dream Props and it doesn't fit, it's because you've given them the wrong measurements, in my experience. So yeah, that is the review for the Dream Props Superman 4 Christopher Reeve style suit. I have links to Sebastian in my show notes if you want to get a couple suits from him. He does a few different versions of each suit. He does a cosplayer's version, which is a budget type suit. He does the true replica collector's editions, which are more expensive, more true to the actual suit. And he does a bunch of different versions. He can get you boots as well. And he does sell, I believe he sells things ad hoc. So you can just purchase like little bits and bobs from him. I think you can do things and not purchase the entire suit, but if you just want the cape or you just want the belt, or you just want the boots, I'm pretty sure he can accommodate that. So I'll have all the links for him in my show notes. That's all I have here. The next review I have coming will be the Napier's Man of Steel suit that I have coming hopefully soon. But that's all I've got for you today. So look, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.